Welcome back to the show. Today, I want to talk about something that separates companies that thrive for decades from those that look brilliant for 2 years and then vanish into thin air. It isn't about how fancy their headquarters in Kololo or Nakasero are. It isn't even about whether they just landed a multi billion Uganda shilling contract. It comes down to one core concept: the pillars. Every organization has them. They're the key people who hold the institutional memory, the core values, and the vision together. But here's the million shilling question: what actually happens when you retain your pillars versus when you lose them? Let's break down both sides of this equation because retention isn't just an HR line item. It's the ultimate metric of whether your business survives the long haul. First, let's picture scenario A: when pillars stay. When your core talent remains rooted in the organization, something powerful happens behind the scenes. First, the true vision doesn't live in a forgotten PDF on a shared drive. It gets organically passed down to every single new hire. They see how decisions are made in real time. Second, employees actually develop what I call the heart of the business. They don't just show up to clock in, they take genuine ownership of outcomes. Third, and most importantly, the culture survives economic downturns, market shifts, and unforeseen crises. Why? Because the people driving the boat have weathered storms before. Now, picture scenario B: when pillars leave. When those key people walk out the door, the impact is immediate and devastating. Vision transmission fails completely. New team members are left guessing what the company actually stands for. The business slowly loses its institutional identity, turning into a shell of its former self. And worst of all, employees stop seeing the company as a system worth defending. It becomes a temporary pit stop, just a place to grab a salary until a better offer comes along. When key talent leaves, you lose more than headcount. You lose speed, trust, and continuity. Here's what leaders often miss: keeping your pillars happy, motivated, and aligned requires intentional investment. You can't build a culture that lasts if your financial foundation is constantly shaking. Think about it this way: to retain your top talent, you need competitive compensation, clear growth tracks, robust welfare programs, and stability. And where does that stability come from? Smart liquidity management. Whether you are an individual working hard to secure your own personal future, or a business manager trying to safeguard your team's welfare and operational reserves, where you invest your money matters. This is where vehicles like the Britam Unit Trust Fund come into the picture. Instead of letting company reserves or individual savings sit idle in low yield accounts, investing through a low risk fund like the Britam Money Market Fund allows you to start building wealth with as little as 100,000 Uganda shillings. Imagine growing your organizational capital or personal wealth with annual yields around 10% or more, earning daily compound interest with flexible access to funds when you need them, whether you're managing a staff welfare fund of 50 million Ugandan shillings or planning long term corporate reserves of 500 million Ugandan shillings. Financial peace of mind gives you the freedom to focus on what matters most: nurturing your pillars. So let's bring it all back home and ask ourselves a straight question. Take a look at your team today. Take a look at your company culture right now. Which side of the column reflects your reality? Are your pillars thriving, passing down the vision, and building a culture that lasts? Or are you watching talent walk out the door, leaving you to rebuild from scratch every 12 months? Remember, core talent retention isn't just a soft metric for HR to present in end of year meetings. It is the single ultimate metric of organizational longevity. If you guard your pillars and manage your resources wisely, your culture won't just survive, it will flourish. If you want to build a resilient future for yourself or your business, Start putting solid foundations in place today. Explore how the Britam Unit Trust Fund in Uganda can help you grow and preserve your capital with competitive, tax-exempt returns. Visit ug.britam.com or talk to a financial advisor to take the next step. Thank you for tuning in today. Reflect on your pillars, build for the long run, and I'll catch you on the next episode.